Stand hut!
You have an opportunity here to speak to people that aren't just responsible for running the government, but have successfully navigated troubling times where other, not just police departments, but governments and public safety divisions are struggling. And we're not struggling. The truth is we're growing. And I think it's really important to point out to people that are responsible for that. For starters, the Director of Public Safety, Joseph Bryant, a former colonel at the Delaware River and Bay, but more importantly, a major with the Newcastle County Police Department. On that topic, the colonel that hired me in 1989 was Colonel Tom Gordon, our county executive now, who came out of retirement when he realized this county was headed in the wrong direction in a big way. And not only just come out of retirement, he turned the whole thing around. And it's the reason you're sitting in these seats. And you know, you have a great opportunity here, and I know the academy setting is tough. You have a great opportunity here to talk to him. With no further ado, I'm going to introduce the county executive, Tom Gordon.
We have a great team here. Your public safety director, your communications director, or I used to know this man before he became an attorney, but he's also a paramedic and a great person in that of Larry Tan. I run the executive side of the government, which is the services, and we have county council made up of 13 elected officials, as in Christopher Bullock being the president. And it's just like any other government in a town. It would be, I'd be a mayor, but in this government, as executive, we have 25 towns or something like that are underneath the county government. So this is your opportunity now.
Can you tell us your names, starting here on the left?
Recruit Officer Amari George with Newcastle County Police Department.
Recruit Officer Andrew Golden with Newark Police Department.
Recruit Officer Lawrence Skanesny with Newcastle County Police Department.
You cadets are at the halfway mark. Can you tell our audience how things have been going and how the training has been going? It's a pretty arduous, difficult training that you have to undergo. Where are you at this point?
Well, the academy has been challenging from the very beginning. One thing they do stress is us coming together as a unit, as a group, and that will help us get us through, us helping each other when need be.
As Recruit Officer George said, we are a unit. We are one through this whole academy. In this academy and on the street, they beat that in us. We are at week 18, so we are very deep into this, and overall we've learned a lot. We're the best academy in the state, we believe, and we have a great instruction staff.
And like they said, we're week 18 now, and from week 1, we've grown so much as a team, and I can rely on everyone in the class. I can go to anyone in the class, and I know that they would be there for me.
Now, I want to ask you about the physical and the mental aspect, but before I go on, ladies first, can you tell us where each of you are from, geographically?
I'm from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania.
I'm born and raised in Bear, Delaware.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. Currently, I live in Middletown, Delaware.
Okay, so you're halfway through the academy. What would you say is the more difficult, the mental or the physical aspect, or is it really both?
Well, it's a combination of both, the mental and the physical. We're challenged daily with physical training, as well as scenarios, which puts us in different situations and see how we handle them. So day to day, the drill instructor and the sergeant, they challenge us both mentally and physically.
Yeah, to piggyback off that, we are challenged mentally and physically every single day. Throughout the day, we come out of class, we're facing a different scenario, just like getting out of your police car door and you're faced with a different scenario every single day. It's not the same call, it's not the same job. You wake up and you have no idea what you're about to get into, and that's what we're faced with here at the academy.
This has been the most physically challenged I've ever been, ever since day one, and now it's becoming more mentally tough. Like they said, we're going through scenarios every single day, and we learn so much from that. And when we go home at night, we study the crimes codes, we study everything in the title book, and we try to apply those to the scenarios that we go through.
Now today you met County Executive Tom Gordon. He's the head of Newcastle County government. You heard from Public Safety Director Joe Bryant. We had Paramedics Chief Larry Tan, the Emergency Communications Chief Jeff Miller, and of course Colonel Setting, who's the Chief of Police. Was there any interesting advice that they had to offer you? You know, I know Director Bryant was telling you, pay attention to every single detail. You may not know why you're learning a particular thing in class, but it could end up saving your life. Can you talk about that?
Well, it stresses the importance of just paying attention to what every instructor has to offer, because it all is important. And like you said, any day at any time, an instructor can give you some advice and it will make a difference in your career. And that might be the difference as to whether or not you go home.
And I agree with that 100%. This was very helpful, especially from Mr. Gordon coming in and talking to us. I mean, overall, we're faced with situations every single day, and situations that sometimes we don't know how to handle. But the advice was very helpful for what he gave.
And that's actually what most of our instructors have been telling us, that everyone that comes in to talk to the class, we're going to take a little bit of advice from them, and we're going to remember that for the next 25 years.
And just about done here, guys, but I wanted to circle back to something you said in the beginning. It's stressed to you that in order to get to this, you guys have to bond. You guys have to come together. You have to help each other through this. You know, you can see this in like classic movies like An Officer and a Gentleman. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that is going to help you pull through this in the end?
Well, this job, in general, you can't work alone. So the idea of stressing us working together and coming together as a group will show itself once we're out in public, and relying on fellow officers to come to your assistance when you're in need, to work together as a team. Because when you work together as a team, you'll be able to achieve more than by yourself.
And also, one of the phenomenal things about this academy is there's 5 different municipalities in this academy. We have 5 different police agencies that are going to come together on the street and work with each other. It's not just Newcastle County Police. Newark, Ellesmere, Denrec, and Delaware City are all in this academy, and we're all going to see each other on the street.
And one of the biggest things that's been emphasized throughout the academy is communication. And throughout these 18 weeks, we've come together with our communication so much. It's phenomenal. I mean, even outside of the academy, we stay in contact with each other, let us know what's going on, so we're prepared for each day.
All right. Was there anything else that you guys wanted to add? That pretty much covers everything.
Just the one last thing. He spoke about starting basically from the bottom and working his way up through this organization, and that's reassuring to us, especially starting at the point we are, to know that in the long run we could potentially be at the top of the organization.
Thank you very much, cadets. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you gentlemen please introduce yourselves for our audience?
Sergeant Glenn Davis, Academy Commander.
I'm also first class Cumberbatch. I'm the drill instructor here at the Academy.
So for the Academy, we are just past the halfway mark. 2 questions. How have they progressed? And second of all, are they about where they need to be at this point?
Well, the Academy is about 26 weeks. Beginning is the conditional phase, try to get them in the best shape we possibly can, as well as educational to get them up to speed for the things that their need for requirements for graduation. Progresses into a phase where we try to apply what they've learned in the classroom, and that's where they're at right now, moving into a practical portion. So the things that they're learning in the classroom, now they're going to have to apply and as realistic as we possibly can in our practical exercises. I'd say they're gelling, and in most classes it takes a little bit of time, but they're gelling and they're progressing well.
And are they where they need to be at this point?
I'd say I agree. I think they're where they need to be right now, and it's really built on that 3-phase process that we have here at the Academy. right now they're coming together as a team. They're learning the importance of really working together to get the job done. That's where they're at right now.
But let me ask you, is it tougher on them in the academy mentally, physically, or is it really an even split?
You know, I have to say that it's both. It's an even split, and the reason for that is, you know, when they get into the academy, we try to get them in the best shape they're going to be, starting their career on the right track. And this job is one that requires you to be a critical thinker. So we try to apply those principles throughout the training. We want you to be a critical thinker, but we also want you to know there is a physical component to this job, which may require you to have to save the life of someone else, or skills that you may need to use to save your own life. So we try to integrate both of those components into the academy to set them up for success.
Cadets heard some advice from County Executive Tom Gordon, Public Safety Director Joe Bryant. Director Bryant, for instance, talked about how they may not understand why they're learning some of the things they're learning, but it could end up saving their life, and they'll see that down the road. Can you talk about that?
I think during the academy itself, there are things that we try to give them, the information, the knowledge, the tools to be able to deal with different situations. And through the academy, they're learning those things and they're trying to apply them. Some of them they won't actually understand until they hit the road, and basically where the rubber meets the road. The information, the tools that we provided them will come to fruition for them, especially trying to deal with the public and trying to deal with situations, critical situations.
All right, I think that should do it for today, gentlemen. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
I'd like to say that Newcastle County Police, we're currently hiring right now. So if you want to challenge a career, if you want to really make a great impact on your community, go to www.nccpd.com and apply.